Welcome to the Get Fit Guys, quick and dirty tips to get moving and shape up. My name is Brock Armstrong, and I'm the Get Fit Guy. I received an email a while ago from a listener named Victoria who wanted to know what I thought about the online fitness program called Body Groove. Now, it's been a while since I reviewed a gym or a workout plan, so I jumped at the idea of looking at Body Groove. But, okay, before I get into my review, I think we need to review what a full body or a full spectrum workout is and why it is important for all of us. So let's start here. In her book, Move Your DNA, biomechanist Katie Bowman writes this: I propose that movement, like food, is not optional, that ailments you may be experiencing are simply, and complexly, symptoms of movement hunger in response to a movement diet that is dangerously low in terms of quantity and poor in terms of quality, meaning you aren't getting the full spectrum of movement nutrition necessary for a baseline human function. Now, okay, what does Katie mean by that? Well, I take it to mean that even us avid exercisers may be suffering two types of inactivity. Number one, we spend 30 to 90 minutes doing dedicated exercise time at the gym or on the trails or whatever, and then we spend the rest of the day being sedentary. And number two, when we are exercising, we are only using and repeating the same movement patterns with the same body parts. And this, my fit friends, is the issue that I'm concerned with today. Now, to borrow more from Katie Bowman, in episode 21 of her podcast, she said something along the lines of, "You know broccoli is a health food. Broccoli is good for you. However, if you were to only eat broccoli, you would be very, very ill." Well, makes sense, right? As good as broccoli is for you, you would be lacking some very key nutrients if that was the only food you ever ate. Katie then applies that concept to movement. In the same way that broccoli is lacking some life-sustaining nutrients, if we count on a daily run, for example, to provide us with all the movement nutrients that we require to remain a mobile and strong human on this planet, we would fall short. We would, no doubt, get really good at running, but at the same time, our squatting, jumping, twisting, and lifting abilities would falter. You know the old expression, move it or lose it? Well, this is exactly my point. If you don't move your body in all directions, you will eventually lose the ability to do so. And this only gets worse as we age. So, when someone asks me what the best exercise program is for health and well-being, I will generally say something like this. One, which you enjoy and allows you to move your body in ways that you normally would not. Thus, feeding your muscles, ligaments, tendons, and cells more than just the movement equivalent of broccoli. Okay. All that preamble was just setting the stage for what I consider to be the most important part of Body Groove, which is one of the most searched fitness trends of 2019, according to Google anyway. Now, Body Groove is a series of exercise videos created by Misty Tripoli, who, according to the Body Groove website, was always tired and frequently overweight, despite the fact that, at the time, she was an elite fitness instructor at one of LA's top gyms. This led her to quit her job, sell everything she owned, move to the Caribbean, and launch a global dance movement that eventually went on to allow millions of people to get their groove on. Now, each video in Body Groove is only 5 minutes, and each one leads you through a dance or aerobic style workout. In each routine, you do a couple of easy dance moves in many variations that provide options for any level of fitness. And don't worry, even if you're not a dancer, the point isn't to follow Misty exactly through each routine or to perform that routine. You are simply meant to adapt the movement in any way that works for your current mobility and fitness level and let yourself get into it. Since the videos are short, I actually started off with 3 of them lined up in my queue, but after the 15 minutes, I was really starting to get into it, so I did a couple more, right there in the privacy of my own living room in a pair of shorts and a ratty old t-shirt. Now, sure, I nearly kicked over some of my furniture when I was really getting into the heel slide move, but that's on me. And also, I take that as a good sign that I was progressively challenging myself more and more. The move, heel slide, was demonstrated in the video with no kicking involved, but after a couple of minutes of grooving on it, my version became quite kicky, in fact. I guess I was inspired in some way. And that is the key right there, and why I am such a fan of this style of workout. As I warmed up and got loose, I started challenging my own mobility, balance, and coordination. And this wasn't simply a matter of following a leader through a set of repetitive movements over and over again. Body pump, I'm looking at you. It was a free-for-all of arms, legs, hips, shoulders, feet, neck, and knees. We're eating a lot more than broccoli here, folks. So, okay, how does Body Groove work? Well, there are a few options for how to access Body Groove videos. You can do a streaming subscription, you can pay monthly or yearly, and you can also purchase DVDs. But since my last DVD player disappeared when my 2010 MacBook finally bought the server farm, the online version of the workouts was what I did. And honestly, there are actually a few Body Groove videos on YouTube for free. So if you want to give it a try, that is a great option. And I'll put a link to those videos in my show notes over at quickanddirtytips.com/getfitguy. The Body Groove on Demand gives you access to all the workout videos and workshops on your computer, your tablet, your smartphone, your Apple TV, your Roku, your Amazon Fire, and most smart TVs too. With over 100 videos to choose from, that's pretty cool. And there are different style categories as well. There's groove, dance, Latin, yoga, house party, high-intensity interval, and specific videos for seniors. So it will certainly take you a while before you get bored or even have to do the same video twice, unless you want to, of course. So what are the benefits of doing Body Groove? Well, as I highlighted earlier, moving our entire body, not just curling a dumbbell or pedaling a stationary bike, is essential for good health and to ensure that we maintain our ability to move. So, incorporating a style of movement like Body Groove into your fitness regimen definitely moves us closer to that goal. When you hear folks at the gym talking about cardio, they generally focus on getting their heart rate elevated. But our cardiovascular system is so much more than just that one organ. Moving our feet, hands, neck, hips, and so on helps our blood pump almost as much as our heart does. Truly, there is more to our cardiovascular health than just a strong heart. It's much more of a whole body synergy than just the name cardio would lead us to believe. Now, there's also the added benefit of moving your body in unique patterns and on multiple planes. Now, for those of you who are not familiar with this concept, there are 3 planes of motion and combinations of those planes that we humans move on. Number 1 is the sagittal plane, or forward and backward movement. Number 2 is the frontal plane, which is side-to-side movements, and then there's the transverse plane, which are the twisting movements. Now, our goal when designing a workout should be to use all 3 of these planes in as many varieties as possible. And that is what struck me the most when I did my first Body Groove workout. I was using all 3 in many combinations without even thinking about it. Now, at this point, you might be wondering, who is Body Groove for? Well, Body Groove doesn't seem to be marketing to one particular group, but I fear that the population of people who might gravitate towards a dance-based exercise program might be a little self-selecting. And by that, I mean it's mostly women who are choosing it. And I think that's a shame. I can think of many reasons why a man would want to choose these types of workouts. And the biggest one is, you need it. If your exercise program consists of running, lifting, and some basic stretches, you're missing out on some really important benefits, mobility and coordination to name two, and you're also missing out on the fun. Sure, I wished there was another man in the Pure Barre classes I've taken in the past, and having a fellow dude to high five at the end of a Zumba class would be cool too, but I still got a hell of a workout and I had a blast. And if you're self-conscious, let's say, the fact that you can do Body Groove in the privacy of your own home actually makes it a perfect gateway drug to those other group classes. As far as other demographics, there are categories of Body Groove videos for kids and seniors, and since the grooves only involve moving your body, no weights or proprietary gear involved, the risk of injury is, well, totally within your control. If you don't overdo it, you will be fine. So let's get down to it. How could you incorporate Body Groove into your fitness regimen? Well, as much as this style of exercise provides some much-needed movement nutrients to our broccoli-heavy movement diet, it is not a one-stop shop. I still recommend that you mix it in with some strength-based exercise, the occasional high-intensity session, and some flexibility training. So a 10-day workout plan could look something like this. Day 1, Body Groove, or another full body style workout. Day 2, upper body strength training. Day 3, flexibility work like yoga, Pilates, or some time with your foam roller. Day 4, high-intensity interval training, like running, cycling, swimming, or any other sprint-worthy movement. On day 5, you can go back to the Body Groove and do a longer session for endurance. Then on day 6, lower body strength training. Don't forget leg day. Then on day 7, do some more flexibility and mobility, something that's preferably different from what you did on day 3. Day 8 could be a group activity that's actually more about fun and friendship than it is about the workout. Day 9 is a shorter cardio type session, and maybe use Body Groove for this one, and then follow it up with some good core strength work. Then day 10 is your rest and recovery day. And of course, every day, staying active before and after your workouts and always making sure to get more movement into your day. Now, by no means is this the only way to organize your workout regimen, but this should give you an idea. And depending on your fitness goals, you may want to spend more time on specific training modalities, on the bike or in the pool, for example, if you have an event or a competition coming up. Now, this wouldn't be a balanced review if I didn't talk about what I also disliked about Body Groove. Now, honestly, the one thing that almost stopped me from trying Body Groove was their marketing focus on weight loss. Whenever I see workouts that claim to melt off extra pounds, I tend to run in the other direction. And sure, exercise can play an important role in your weight loss journey, but it should not be the backbone. If you have to exercise, especially to excess, to maintain healthy body weight, well, your diet is to blame. In my own coaching business over at brockarmstrong.com and in the weight loss program called Way Less that I run with my fellow Quick and Dirty Tips podcaster, the Nutrition Diva, otherwise known as Monica Reinagel, I do indeed focus on getting more movement into your life, but I always acknowledge that the real, long-lasting weight loss factors are going to come from resetting your relationship with food, not from trying to out-exercise your fork. Workouts like Body Groove or a fitness plan that I craft for my clients can indeed aid in weight loss, but any of the melting off extra pounds that occurs is going to be 80% from making food choices that are aligned with your goals and 20% from the workouts. So, my verdict on Body Groove? Well, I think I've made it pretty clear that I am a fan of Body Groove. And whether you purchase Body Groove or not, this style of fun, carefree, and full spectrum movement is a plus for any fitness regimen. In conjunction with an otherwise movement-filled day, I can see myself keeping Body Groove as one of the fitness tools that I keep in my ever-growing movement toolbox. All right, thanks for listening, everybody. And don't forget to tune in next week when I'm going to talk about a study that's been bandied around the internet as a way to run a marathon to turn back the clock. Check it out. Now, Get Fit Guy is written and narrated and audio produced by me, Brock Armstrong, with editorial support from Karen Hertzberg. And I'd like to thank everybody else on the Quick and Dirty Tips team, including Morgan Ratner, Michelle Margulis, Emily Miller, and our president, Kathy Doyle. Now, what are you waiting for? Get out there and move your body in a full spectrum.